mean, it was definitely a winnable game. But they did what they had to do at the end of the stretch, so they pulled through with the win. I don't think I'm ever tell you I had a great performance when we lost. I don't think that makes sense, to be honest. But I thought I could have played better, could have did a lot more things to help my team win.
Zion last night after the Pels lost in Los Angeles to the Lakers. Watched the game on TNT. It was a dreadful start for New Orleans. The Lakers were up 14-2 out the chute. Pels rallied. They actually took a lead late in the fourth quarter, but right at around, I'll tell you when I turned it off and went to bed because it was late, but right around the 5, it was under 6 to play, and the Lakers had taken a 4 or 5 point lead, and LeBron was about to check back into the game. I was like, so I'm going to bed. It was LeBron's night. He was sitting, I think, on 31 points through 3 quarters. He had a 16-point third quarter, if memory serves. It was just one of those days where most of the night, Drew Holiday was manned up on LeBron, and as great a defender as Drew is, LeBron's 6'8", 260, whatever he is. I mean, it was just a mismatch. And so LeBron had his way for much of the night. Unfortunate, but not a game where we thought New Orleans was going to go into Staples Center and beat the Lakers. That's a team that they've really had trouble with of late. So the loss in and of itself isn't devastating. I know we've talked a good bit about the Pelicans and their playoff opportunity. I'm of the belief that they are going to make the playoffs. There's a critical 6-game stretch starting mid-March with a home game against Atlanta where I think they can win all 6 of those, which includes 2 games against Memphis, who they're looking up at right now in the Western Conference standings. And if you get those, not only will you hold tiebreakers, but I think you will pass Memphis and be able to hold on down the stretch. But the thing about last night in particular, it was good to see how you might stack up against the Lakers. And it was a 9-point loss, but the Pelicans played their game, their tempo, and despite a miserable start, a miserable start to the first quarter, they managed to rally and won the third quarter and had a chance late to win the ball game. The thing that's obvious and everyone notices is the fact that Zion's a freak show. This was LeBron after the game talking about Zion and his first performance against the number 1 pick.
He's playing exceptional basketball. I think every game he's going to get better and better just having that experience. I think today's game is a perfect fit for his game. The high pace, the way they play, it fits his game. The speed, run up and down, playing it at that speed. They move the ball. They try to get it up the court and remind you like the Phoenix Suns back when Steve Nash was running at that first 8 seconds. So it works perfectly. And our game is such so many possessions now, and there's so much space that it's perfect for his game. So he's doing exceptionally well with that.
Zion had 5 of his shots blocked last night. And if you look for certain matchups where he could run into trouble, that was an example as such, where you've got Anthony Davis, you've got JaVale McGee, you've got Dwight Howard. You got a lot of length on the interior. And at times around the basket, the Lakers made it tough for Zion. And even still, he's 19 years old and came away with 29 points in that ball game. A good number of it was at the free throw line. Get the exact box score. I think he maybe had 12 free throws in the ball game last night. Zion from the free throw line was 13 of 19 from the free throw line. So 13 of his 29 came at the free throw line because it's almost a hack a Zion approach that many teams have right now, and kid's only 19. You can see the potential there and what it is. The most impressive part of the night, though, for Zion, for me anyway, there was a play in the third quarter, Paul, you can pull this up, where there was an offensive rebound where Zion went up and just outleaped Dwight Howard. It was stunning. They showed it was so impressive. Like, how often do you ever see on a television broadcast a replay of a rebound? Like, when is a rebound a highlight reel play? If you're watching, you're seeing it. If not, go look it up on Twitter or whatever. It was stunning. I mean, Dwight Howard, 7 feet tall or thereabouts, and Zion with his 47-inch vertical just elevated over Dwight Howard and pulled it down. It was a remarkable thing to see, that athleticism, that burst for guys 280, 285. But nonetheless, the Pels did lose last night on the road at L.A. Good for Zion that LeBron praised him. But you know what? I don't want LeBron's praise. I don't care about LeBron's praise. I want dubs. I want the Pels to start winning those games. And you know what? The giant difference in that organization right now is you don't feel like it's outlandish saying they could. They could go on the road and beat L.A. And they will sooner than later. Friday, they're back on the floor against Cleveland. So they'll travel home. They'll take on Cleveland in a game where they'll be an overwhelming favorite against the Cavs there at the Blender on Friday. The Pels can start their climb toward the 8th seed, which I'll go on record saying I do think they will get there. I do think the Pels will earn the 8th seed in the Western Conference.